Today, we're taking you on a nostalgic journey with an exclusive interview at the Valley Relics Museum in Van Nuys, where the golden days of California come alive through vintage treasures, glowing neon, and untold stories. So grab a seat and let's step back in time, right here on Nikki Pursuit.
Hi, your name and what you do.
Hi, I'm Stef Butler. I am the Vice President of the Valley Relics Museum in Van Nuys, California.
Awesome. What motivated you to establish the Valley Relics Museum in 2013?
Tommy started the museum, Tommy Jelinas, and it was with his collection of signs that he'd rescued and other memorabilia from the San Fernando Valley, also a massive BMX bike collection. He started it over in Chatsworth. And it was, I make the joke, cheaper than a divorce. But, he wanted to give back to, Southern Californians and tourists and visitors alike.
Awesome. Can you describe the museum's mission and how it guides your curation process?
We are trying to preserve pop culture and with a focus on the San Fernando Valley. Basically, we've had items here that have gone all the way back to the agrarian times and the mission days.
Okay.
And this, usually I think our newest thing is probably the 1990s.
There you go.
We have a phone booth from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The museum relocated to a larger space near Van Nuys Airport in 2018. How has this move enhanced the visitor's experience?
Well, what it's done is, the museum is basically, Valley Relics is divided into two parts. One is the museum side, and the other is the event space, which is where we and that has helped us, keep the place alive. But along with that, it gives people a chance to have an event here, a wedding, birthday party, bar mitzvah, memorial, business meeting, Christmas party. So it's brought a new aspect, to the whole concept of the museum, in that, you can rent the place out for all your own for an evening.
There you go. The museum has been recognized as the best museum in the Valley. What do you think sets it apart from other local museums?
I think it's a lot of the items that we have. It's Tommy's curation and Tommy, rescuing these signs because they're unique. There's only one of them. You're never going to see them anywhere else. And also the fact that Ralph Senhert and his son Connor, who is our museum manager, have brought in some of the most fantastic video games and pinball machines, which is another aspect to it that I think brings people through the door, and that you come here and there's free arcade play.
There you go. Which is following up with my next question. The museum features classic arcade games. How do these contribute to the nostalgia and storytelling of your museum?
Well, I think anybody, well, nowadays kids are playing video games online, and the precursor to that was their parents, who may have had, not an Xbox, but like the original Atari stuff. And then you go back further, and then you've got pinball machines and so on. So there's an entire legacy of this gameplay that is laid out for you here. We have a driving game, we have Dance Dance Revolution, which those are pretty rare, and ours is in tip-top shape. It was restored by Connor, and we have Pac-Man. But yeah, I think there's a video game here, or a pinball machine, that there isn't a person that comes through the front door isn't going to remember.
There you go. The museum is well known for its impressive neon sign collection. Can you talk about the significance of these signs and what they tell us about the Valley's commercial and cultural history?
Well, as times have changed, the neon signs have gone the way of the dinosaur in some levels, and there are city ordinances in that if you take the neon sign down, you have to replace it with something that's, LED and all this stuff, and also light pollution. There's regulations. So these signs that got rescued would have ended up in just a junk heap somewhere. They would have ended up in a landfill. And Tommy has painstakingly gone out, and all of us have. I have hunted down a sign. I have found a sign, and you keep bugging the realtor or bugging the people, and we finally get it, and then we have a great staff that restores them and keeps them up and running.
There you go. The museum showcases several vintage vehicles, including customized cars. Can you give us an overview of the types of vehicles on display and their cultural relevance?
Well, the first car that the first cars that the museum got were, we had two nudie cars. There's one behind us. It's a Pontiac Bonneville. It was customized by Nudie, the rodeo tailor, who has a shop on Ventura Boulevard. And there was also a Cadillac, a convertible Cadillac, which is now living in Tennessee at a bar there. Yeah, so that was one of the first. And then I donated a Volkswagen that was made by painted by Kent Bash. I restored it and did some work, got the thing on the road, and that is how my relationship started with the museum. And that I met Tommy right when they opened, and I donated it to him because I just wasn't driving it. And I thought it was such a great thing that people could see it. Another donation was we have a 1977 Camaro, which was built a few miles from here at the GM plant. And then most recently, we were given by a fellow named A.J. Epstein. He donated his 1964 Blue Mustang. It's a convertible.
Awesome. What role do these vehicles play in telling the story of the San Fernando Valley's unique connection to entertainment, culture, and craftsmanship?
Well, they've been in Tommy and I have both had cars in local parades. And I always put the Valley Relics magnets on, and then
do the
the Queen wave. But yeah, no, we've done that with the nudie cars, and also I had an older convertible, a 1962 Triumph that we drove out there.
There you go.
So yeah, no, we represent the museum with the cars at parades and stuff, and also taking them to car shows.
Perfect. How do you decide what cars to display, and do they rotate throughout the year?
The cars pretty much stay. We don't have the place to swap them out. So yeah, they pretty much live here.
There you go. Do the vehicles on display still run, or are some preserved purely for historical purposes?
They all run. We haven't started the Volkswagen in a long time, but they're like a cockroach. You can't kill them. I'm thinking me and a couple of guys in an hour and some fresh gas, we'd have that thing doing donuts in the parking lot.
Are there any special events where visitors can come see these cars in action?
Yes, every year we have a toy drive, which is with a group called the Wild Bunch Car Club. And we get a bunch of hot rods here. It's in December.
Yeah.
I believe it's December 7th this year.
Okay.
And we get a lot of cars here. Also, the Hells Angels do a car show here, usually in the summer, for autism.
Okay.
So yeah, they're always tied to a charity. And then quite often we will get a call, hey, you're open next weekend. We will get a group of people that come out here, like 30 Mustangs will show up.
Wow.
Where at the old location we had 50 smart cars, those little,
golf cart.
Yeah, no, it's like a clown show.
And when are you open on the weekends if people do just want to come by and see them?
We are open from 10 to 3 on Saturday and Sunday, although we do close sometimes. The best thing to do is to follow us on Facebook or Instagram, or also take a look at the main Valley Relics page, which will also give you information about if you want to rent the event space. But we keep that updated as to the hours because our friends will come in, and we have a group coming in this Saturday.
There you go. Perfect. How can visitors best support the museum and its mission to continue maintaining all that you guys do? Because you guys do have so many moving parts, essentially.
Yeah. The thing that keeps us alive, it's obviously the financial donations, ticket sales, and if the truth is, if you have an event, we're price competitive with hotels. Which is where, our event spaces, other event spaces where you're basically going to get a guy in a gold vest asking for chicken or beef and a PowerPoint from a realtor in the next room. And here, it's an airport. You can be as loud as you want. You can have a really loud band, and we have pinball.
It's all part of it. So.
It's all part of it. And plus, yeah, it's just there is something here for everyone. There is something here that somebody will remember. And even if you got little kids, they go nuts over the video games.
Yeah. What do you have a most memorable rental that you did here, or that you remember?
One of them I did. One of them we did was there was a bar mitzvah here. I've never seen anything like it, but we had 3 bands and 4 food trucks. So I mean, it's just anything you wanted. We had a Sinatra impersonator band, an ABBA band, and a jazz combo.
You name it.
Well, yeah, no, and just like and there were all these different things. So yeah, and we've had people show up early in the morning and put in dance floors and flying lights and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a good space to go, and you can put on quite a show here.
There you go.